Hi everyone, Shannon here from Mixed Media, Minnesota. Today I am working on a journal topper. So, I'm gonna get started on it. I'm using a lot of elements from our April monthly kit. The April monthly kit has the flower alphabet paper pack by Stamperia. So that's kind of the theme I'm going with. So I'm just gonna start here. Most of my covers are 9 inches by 6 inches. So I cut this piece let me see. I cut this piece 5.5 by 8.5, and it's just like cardboard. You could use a cereal box or anything. And then I cut a piece of fabric that is just a little bit bigger than it. And I'm not making the journal part, I'm just making the topper, you know, to put on a journal. So I'm just going to use Fabri-Tac on here and get that stuck down onto the fabric. I'm just going along the edges here. And then just adding a little in there. Okay, so then I'm just kind of eyeballing this in the fabric, putting on the back side of the fabric. And I'm just going to push it down. I'm going to flip it over because I had some wrinkles in there. And just kind of rub all of the glue lines out. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of glue on the corner. I'll do these two first, and I'm just putting a generous amount on the corner there. And just fold the corners in. Pull off my extra strings. We'll keep those strings. Maybe we'll use that on the cover when we're decorating on it. Okay, so then I'm going to do the two little sides, folding those in. So I'm just going to add Fabri-Tac on the edge and over top the fabric corners that we folded over. And I'm just going to fold those down. I do the same thing on the other end. Okay, and then the two long ends doing the same thing. I just cut this fabric. I just laid the cardboard on there and cut it. I would say it's maybe, I don't know, 3/4 to an inch. You know, bigger than the cardboard. Okay, this one more side here. If you guys can hear that, my dryer is going. There's a jacket in the dryer with, it's got zippers clinking around in there. Okay, I'm just pulling it all towards the inside. Pushing down on the corners here. They're sticking to my fingers because my fingers are full of glue. Just trying to get it as flat as I can. Okay. So then we have our fabric on there. Then what I did is I picked a piece of the paper out of that paper pack that I wanted as my background, and I chose this one. It's got pretty flowers and the crackle, a little bit of words or script, butterfly. So I like that on there. I do think I want to add a little texture on there. So I'm just going to take a scissor, and it kind of makes a mess, so I'm just going to move that. And I'm just going to rough up the edges. And I just hold the scissor and follow along the edge of the, this is the thicker, it's not like really thin paper, so kind of a cardstock. Not really heavy, but you just be careful and go around it. And if you rip it or something, that's okay, you can always curl it in. We might purposely do that on here in this spot. I do have a little, it's a Tim Holtz little distressor circle tool that does this, but I'm not sure where I have it. I'm sure it's in my drawer here somewhere. But the scissors works. Just be careful. Okay, so up in this corner, up in here, I'm going to show you. Okay, so if you do this and you get a rip in there. Say, okay, we have a rip in there. I'll show you. That's okay, you can just take and curl it in. This is two-sided. So I just take the two corners and kind of roll them. And then you'll have something like this. And you can always, you know, if you don't like, you know, that it looks ripped like that, you can always add something behind it so it looks like it was purposely ripped, you know, in there, which we might go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to stick it on the back, I think, of this. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right around the edge, not much at all, just enough to hold that. Then you have that peeking through. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing down here. And I'm just going to kind of roll it in and press it down. going to tear the edge here and do the same thing. Just a little bit of glue. It doesn't take very much at all. Has to come out though. I need to refill this glue. Okay, so I'm just lining it up on there where I would like it. And then I'll just trim the bottom off. So there we have that. You can see it. It's kind of neat. It just adds another layer in there. Okay, so then let's see. I want to use one of these doilies that was in the kit. I have some lace. I'm not sure yet. I have a tickle in my throat. It's bugging me. Grab a drink here. Okay. I just grabbed a bunch of different stuff here. So we'll see. Maybe some pink. And also grabbed some pearls. I'm just going to set those aside. We'll build up from here. So this resin frame came with the kit as well. I'm going to add that on there. Let's see. This was one of the tag pages in the paper pack, and I think I want this to be in the frame somewhere. And we can add book page again to cover the corner there. I did tear a piece out of the, or cut a piece out of the rice paper. So I was thinking I would put that behind there. I'm not sure. We can do something with that. Let's see. I'm just going to start building some layers, but I think with all these colors that we have here, this like mint green here color, let's see. I'm going to try and add a little bit onto our frame. And I'm going to use, it's Art Alchemy, it's from Prima, or Finnabair, metallic wax, and this is Mint Sparkle. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of that out here, not much at all. And then grab my towel here. And I just have a brush. It's the stiff brush. This one's kind of falling apart, but it'll work. See if I can get some of that worked into the brush. I don't want it really, really dark. I just want to pick up a little bit of that color. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of brush it really light over the texture on the frame. Just kind of the raised parts will pick it up. And it doesn't take much at all to add a little bit of color. Yeah, I think I like that. We can tone it down too by doing the same thing. If it's not the right color or too dark, we can just cover it with gesso. Going to try and get a little color on the inside of the frame. I'm brushing most of it off and kind of working it into the brush. You can do this with acrylic paint or watercolor and let it run on there. There's all kinds of different things you can use to add color to these. So I think I'm going to call that good. So I just cut some of, this is out of the kit as well. I'm just going to distress this like I did the edge of that paper on there. Oops, see, ripped that one, that's okay. Just cut that right out of there and roll it. Okay, so I'm just going to try and build layers here. Let's see. Maybe some book page. Okay, so I'm just going to use a glue stick. I'm going to stick some of that down. I'm not distressing the edges of any of these on this project. Sometimes I do. This one I'm just going to leave as is. I don't really want to cover that butterfly, so I'm going to pull a little bit of this off. Okay, so I'm thinking a little bit of this. Not sure. Not sure if I like this piece on there, actually. I wonder if we add this. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and glue this on there. I'm just going to add a line of this around the opening of the frame. See if I can get that so it's straight, but not all covered. Okay, so I think I like that right there. We can always add enough flour up here. I don't know about this, so. Okay, so we need some pink or something, so just gonna go in here. There's some pink crackle. Or some, maybe, there's a couple pinks, so. So I'm just going to tear some, and I want the white edge towards me, so I'm tearing, you know, I want it showing, so I'm going to tear towards myself here. I don't need the whole thing, but okay, let's see. Now this side, let's see. This side I'm going to tear towards me with this hand, so I'll hold this down because I want the white on both sides. Okay, so what I'm thinking is to add some color in behind here, another layer, and I want to go from the top to the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put, let's see, one line of this, because I might tuck things underneath of it. So I'm just going to put one line of glue for right now, up and down the middle of it. And then I'm going to just kind of blend that book page and the other one. So I'm going to push that down, and then I'm going to first wipe my glue off here. And cut that off. Okay, so now we have some pink on there. I think that's what I needed. Okay. I'm going to add a little pink, I think, on there. And I'm just going to use this I have this in my stash. It's a dewdrop. It's Versa Magic. It's a pink petunia. And it's just a little, it's like chalk ink. It's kind of neat. And I'm just going to see if I can add a little bit. With the green, it might not work so well. I'm not sure if I'm going to like that, but it's just a little bit. Okay. Okay. So I'm not a huge fan of that. Try and blend that a little bit with my brush here. Yeah, I like that better. It's kind of muted now and blended. Okay, so we're gonna add color with flowers and stuff too, so. Okay, so we only glued the one line down here, so I was thinking we could tuck some lace and things in here. So, let's see, I'm gonna cut this. Not with that scissor, I'm not. Okay, I'm just gonna cut this off so I don't have to put as much under there, and I can use that little piece somewhere else. So I'm just gonna tip this forward, and I'm going to add some glue in there. Sometimes I use hot glue. It doesn't have a permanent hold though, so when you use hot glue, you have to use another glue as well, but the hot glue will give it the quick hold for you. And then whatever other glue you use will be the more permanent. So sometimes I use both. Okay, so see that lace completely covered that book page, and I didn't really want that, but it'll work. I'm okay with that. So you can kind of see it through there. I'm gonna try and move it up a little tiny bit. I'm actually gonna trim this bottom off so we can see that little butterfly there. Yeah. Okay. So now I had a little piece of, what did I do with it? I'm just digging over here in my pile of stuff, guys. So I'm thinking maybe another layer. Move this one up. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one on here. I'm gonna move this off to the side a little bit, I think. Okay, I'm wondering. Okay, I'm gonna add a little book page. I'm just gonna do that with a glue stick. I'm gonna turn it over the other way. Okay, I'm gonna take that off. I don't like that on there. It was had like a corner, but what if we did, let's see here. I just feel like I need a little more layers in here. Okay, so if I did that and then the book page maybe. Let's see, I have. Yeah, I think I like that on there. So I'm just going to hold the end of this one so it doesn't move. Stick that right down. And the other side, I think I moved it. Yeah, I did. It's okay. Okay. A little bit more on here. Okay. Okay, so then we didn't use any of these. I wonder. These are rub-ons from Stamperia that were in the kit. So I wonder if, let's see, I'm just gonna cut, oh, that's my fabric. Cut one of those. Sometimes I cut them in half and then peel them. Let's see, peel it up. And then let's see. Okay. I don't think I have popsicle stick here, so we're gonna try a bone folder. And rub on that to get that to transfer. And then you peel the plastic off. Just gives it another light little texture on there. And I think I want to do the other side. Let's see. I'll do the same, maybe. I'm going to do it down there. So I'm just peeling it off of the backing, if I can get it. Yep. I'm struggling. Come on. Oh, that's because it's on there. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So I'm just going to add this one. Down here. And rub that one on there. And then peel the plastic off of the top of that. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm going to glue this part on to the fabric base. I'm just going to use Fabri-Tac. My fingers are covered in glue. It's no wonder nothing wants to stay on the paper. It wants to stick to me. Following around the edge here. And then I'll just add some more throughout. It's easier to press it down before you add all the really bulky stuff on there and to get a good hold on it. Okay, so if you had directional fabric, you'd want to make sure you're going the right way, but I don't. So I'm just gonna try and center it in there. And then rub it down really well. I'm not gonna rub because I have glue all over my hands, so I'll just kind of pat it down. Okay, so there's where we are so far. Okay, I'll get our frame on there. Okay, so on the I'm going to glue the frame down. I am going to, on the edge of the frame, and then this in the card on the middle, I'm going to add some glue, and then I'm going to follow the edge of the frame with Fabri-Tac. And then I am also going to, because this is heavy and bulky and I don't want it to fall off, so then what I am going to do is I have some thick gel medium. It's heavyweight glue. So I'm just going to take that and I'm going to just grab some with my brush here. And I just kind of blob it on, not over top of the other glue, but just kind of around. And this will take a while to dry, but it's a heavy permanent hold, so you don't have to worry about that coming off. Okay, make sure, put your brush if you use this stuff in water right away, if you're not going to wash it out right away, because yeah, you definitely want it to. Before we stick that on there, let's try, let's see here. I'm going to grab, I should have done this before I put it on the fabric. I want to put white splatters on this, so let's see here. I'm just going to use a piece of the cellophane from the rice paper, and I am going to grab, I have just white gesso, any gesso or white acrylic paint will work. I'm going to grab another brush, and I'm just going to put a little bit, I don't want a lot on there. Close up the gesso. And I just have water, and just thin it out. That's probably good. And then I'm just going to mix it in the water and make it thin. Let's see, get it stuck in that, if I can get it out of the brush here. So let's see. Okay, so I'm just going to put some on the end here and splatter, try. You're not going to see a lot of it. Where I want it to splatter up here, it's not. Okay. So, get rid of that mess. Well, I really made a mess here. Okay, so I have a big clump on here that's going to be under the frame, but I'm just going to wipe it off. Okay. Okay, I'm going to turn the heat tool on really quick to dry that. So go ahead and mute your volume or fast forward. Okay, some of those are still wet. We'll just try and be careful with that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, and my Fabri-Tac is still a little tacky, so go ahead and put the frame on there. I kind of want it on the side here. Okay, so I can never tell if something's straight. Okay, I think so. So I'm gonna press that down, and that gel medium will kind of spread, and if it does come out like that, just take a little brush. It'll dry clear, but I just take a little brush and grab it up. So just check around the edges, and that's good. So, okay, so now what I'm gonna do is, I'm liking how this is turning out. What I'm gonna do now is I grab some flowers. We have some flowers from the kit, and some crystals. So we have some of the little ones. I thought I needed some bigger ones, so I just dug in my stash and grabbed some different flowers that I thought possibly we could use. Okay, so I just play around with it until you like what you have. To cover that, I want to put a flower up here, but I think this one might be a little bit big. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I like that one on there. I am going to take this golden dot, I think, out of there, and maybe put one of those crystals in there. Or I can gesso over that. Let's just leave that. I'm going to just use hot glue and stick that down. I'm going to put a dot of Fabri-Tac on that. And then a little bit, my hot glue doesn't reach, guys, but that's what I'm doing, trying to get it. So of course I would be out of glue here. Okay, so I just fluff the top layers up. Okay. We also have this butterfly from in the kit. We have a whole yard of them. So I'm gonna add that butterfly somewhere. I'm gonna put that butterfly right up there, I think. I like that there. It kind of tops that. So I'm just gonna stick that down with Fabri-Tac. Okay, there's 2 layers in this. I want the top ones to kind of be a little bit free, so I'm just trying to get the gunk off of the bottom layer here through it. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put that one on there. I don't like the green on the back, so I'm gonna pull that off. It's too green. And it pokes out the sides, so a little bit of Fabri-Tac and then hot glue. Okay. Let's see, I'm not a huge fan of that one, I don't think. We can tone that down with gesso though, so get rid of that green on there. I'm struggling here. Just keep adding flowers. Okay, I like these 2 on there, so I'm just gonna put this one here. Then I can't change my mind. I can change my mind 100 times and go back to what I originally had. I really need to fill this bottle up. Okay, let's see, I have another pink one. I think I'm gonna do that one right there. Okay, I think I like that for flowers. Let's see, I grabbed out some ephemera. If I can find it buried over here. Okay, and this is Little Birdie ephemera that I had in my stash. So. Okay. See if I can get this bottle to cooperate till we're done with this one. I'm just going to add some of these here and there. This one I had edged in that pink chalk ink. It was all white, so. Okay. Let's see. Have another one of those little things, but let's see. Some leaves here. I'm not finding any more of those. Okay. I know I had two over here. Oh, here it is. Okay. I'm gonna edge that one in pink too, like I did that one, and I just kind of go around it lightly. I just cut the bottom piece of it off. Just trimming this little branch off here. Okay, I am going to edge that in pink. I'm not sure yet, so I'm just going to set them on there. Maybe. I like it tucked in there. Let's see, I have some other stuff here. I just trimmed the bottom off that so it's a little smaller. Just gonna stick that in there. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Well, that doesn't work because then I cover up the words. Let's see. Okay, I like the birdie there. I'm gonna have to build them up, so I'm gonna put some foam stickers on the back of them. Okay, that works. Okay. So I'm going to use a little bit of Fabri-Tac on top of the stick. It is a sticker, but it will peel up. So then I'm just going to add some hot glue on there. Okay. I didn't want to cover that word up. You can still see it. Now I have a mess with my glue in there. Let's see. I'm just trying to scrape it out of there. There, that worked. So I think I really like that. So there is our topper. It is heavy because of the resin, you know, but you could put it on top of a, like if you did a hard-covered book, it would work perfect. And it is pretty sturdy, so. There we have it. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're inspired to dig in your stash and maybe try a topper. It's fun to work on them. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and thank you for watching.